So the original Spinal Tap movie came out my senior year in high school. That's right. It's been 41 years since I graduated from high school. And look, this was one of my favorite movies because it was the perfect mix of music and silly comedy. And look, I'm not alone on that. I went to see the sequel at a late night screening, and the audience was filled with people all about my age, all anxiously waiting to see if the new Spinal Tap movie was anywhere near as good as the original. Hey everybody, I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy, and today let's talk about Spinal Tap, The End Continues.
I'm Marty DeBerge. 40 years ago, I was honored to direct a film called This is Spinal Tap.
The numbers all go to 11. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Spinal Tap, The End Continues is the 41 years later sequel to the original Spinal Tap movie. And the conceit of this film is that while the band split up a long time ago, the boys are still under contract to play one last show. So the three remaining members, played by Michael McKean, Christopher Guest, and Harry Shearer, return to play one last gig. Rob Reiner also returns. He actually directs this movie once again, but he's also playing the fictitious director who is making the mockumentary about Tap's big final show. Now, you may notice that they don't have a drummer still. Obviously, that's kind of a running joke in the movies. And there's a fun sequence here as they try and convince some of the most famous drummers in real life to join their show here. Everyone from Lars Ulrich and Questlove, and these guys are, they're good natured, but they know better than to take this ill-fated position. It's kind of a funny sequence there. Now, they're not the only ones having fun making cameos here. Sir Elton John and Paul McCartney show up, as well as several characters from the original movie. And this story follows Tap as they squabble, and then we get the big show in New Orleans where they play all of their biggest hits, with predictably disastrous results. So if I'm being honest, that big final concert was a bit of a letdown for me. Sure, it looks like a rock concert, which is what it's supposed to do, but I kind of wanted some new material. Remember, the guys in this fictitious band wrote these songs that became actually kind of hits here, and so they have the talent. I wish they would have written some new material. They just didn't, and so it was kind of a rehashing of old hits, little snippets of each song. I guess that's fun for the nostalgia of it all, but I wanted something new, and that's kind of the problem with this movie. There's nothing really new here. I wish there were better jokes, newer characters. No, it's just kind of a rehash of the old stuff. And the new stuff that they add just doesn't work here. For example, we get Chris Addison, who's playing the new rock promoter, but he's got this disease where he can't appreciate music. So he's just bored with everybody here. And you know what? I was kind of bored with him. I just kind of wanted something more outlandish from this character and this story. I did mention that there's some other cameos here, and I guess that's fun. We get to see Paul Schaefer and Fran Drescher and June Chadwick, they all had bigger parts in the original movie. But boy, they show up for one scene and then they're gone. I mean, Fran Drescher's moment, maybe it's 10 seconds at most. Why even include her? Now, it is funny catching up with the boys. I mean, they're played by three old pro actors who are very good at doing improv and coming up with funny bits off the cuff here. Rob Reiner is no slouch either. I mean, there are funny, amusing moments here, and I appreciated those scenes. I just wish they were more grand setups here, as opposed to just some old chums getting together and doing silly stuff. The silly stuff was fine, but the big comedy laughs just never come. Now, I will say I appreciated a nice twist in the final rock concert moment. I mean, we have a new drummer gets hired. Valerie Franco plays Dee Dee, and she's here. And so we spend the whole movie expecting her to get killed at any moment here. And so we know something's going to happen in the final, but it's not what I expected. And it's a really nice ending. So I appreciated the twist on the finale, but it's a little too late. So ultimately, I guess I enjoyed Spinal Tap, if only for nostalgia of it all. I appreciated getting caught up with these old classic characters that I loved growing up. It was fun hearing the music as well. I just wish that there were, better material, better jokes, better songs. I don't know why there wasn't. It's been 41 years since the original movie. Surely they could have come up with something a little better than this. I give Spinal Tap, The End Continues, 2 stars out of 4. So yeah, I was a little disappointed by this, but I gotta say, we were in the movie, and there was all people around my age, so it was all people who saw this movie in our younger days, and we seemed to enjoy, catching up with the boys, but it just kind of just doesn't really gel into something new or something even close to being as good as the original movie. And it ends oddly. I mean, stick around through the credits because they're fun, the outtakes. Perhaps some of the funnest stuff is in the end credits here, but then it just ends, and the lights came up, and we all turned to each other and said, "Is that it? Is it over?" What a letdown. What an odd way to end. So that was me. What did you think? I'd love to hear your comments on this one, especially if you were a fan of the original Spinal Tap movie. Does it live up to expectations at all? I was kind of disappointed, but comment below. Don't forget, follow me here and subscribe so you get all of my movie guide quick takes just as soon as they come out. Follow me on social media, and of course, tune into our podcast, Two Movie Guys. Every week, my buddy Joe Fryer and I get together, and we give you the takes from two Texas-based film critics. We go into a much deeper dive into all of these movies. So that's Two Movie Guys, wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, coming up next, we'll be talking about another movie with a huge fan base, although it has a very different vibe. We'll be talking about the latest Downton Abbey movie. We'll see you then. Bye.